Hi there. I'm going to show you how I set up my Amazon Echo. I have the dot version here to monitor and control my garage door. I'll give you a couple examples, then I'll show you how I set it up and got it working. Alexa, ask Nexx Garage to check status.
The garage door is currently closed.
Alexa, ask Nexx Garage to open.
Please enter your PIN code.
3729.
Garage door should now be opening.
Okay, so that's how you do it. You can also close it verbally, and there's some really cool features with this I'll go over, and I'll show you how I personally installed it. So here we go. Okay, the first thing we need to do is obviously get the control unit, and if you go to Amazon and do a search on Nexx Garage up there, it will bring this guy up. And there is the unit, and you can order this, and it's the real deal. It works fantastic, this thing. You can look at the reviews here, and you can see, what is that, about, if you take the 4 and 5 stars, you're looking at what, 93%. So it's an awesome unit, works fantastic. Let me go over 3 of the really cool features. The first one is your standard cell phone. It monitors and controls a garage door. Pretty standard nowadays. This next one is why I purchased it, is because of Amazon. I can tell Alexa, as I did in that previous video there, how you can control and monitor it. And a really cool feature is this feature where it will know your proximity to your house, and the garage door will automatically open as you approach. So that's very cool. And let me show you, here's what comes in the box. You got the controller. Down here are the 2 leads that will attach to your garage door opener. Here are your sensors for the garage door to determine if it's open or closed. You put this component right here, I believe this is the magnetic part, on your garage door, and as it closes, it comes up next to the sensor and creates it closes it, and it updates the controller, which updates your phone or Alexa. So there we have it in a nutshell. I'll go over the install in just a minute. I missed a couple things in the last video. This wire right here actually connects over here. I don't know if that was confusing or not, but you just take this this wire here and you plug it in there, and then you got where this device here, the controller, can sense the switches. And obviously you got the power cable here that plugs into the outlet. All right, I'm going to go over a really high overview of the installation. The instructions that come in the box are really good. You shouldn't have any problem installing this. If you do, you can contact tech support. They're very, very responsive and very, very exceptional, actually. So you won't have any issues installing this. On Amazon, there's a 90%, close to what, 90% approval rating on this device. So you wouldn't have that if there were issues with the installation and the device operational or any of that. So this thing is outstanding. Once you get it installed, you're really, really going to enjoy it. So just a real quick overview. You're going to install your control unit on top of the garage door opener. They do supply double sided tape, so you can just put it on there and stick it to the top. Or if you prefer, you can just get some tie wraps and perhaps stick it to one of these supports that you'll have. Now there is an additional cord coming off of here. They don't show it in the picture, but it's the power cord, and it comes off and usually plugs into a receptacle in the ceiling. There are 2 leads that come off of the controller. One will go to this terminal and one will go to that terminal. Now these 2 terminals are the same terminal that your wall mounted door control will come up to. So you got your wall mount door control. There is a wire that comes up, and it plugs into those terminals. Now in this picture, it shows it coming into this box right here. I don't know what that is, but it won't. It'll come into these terminals right here. So you will plug these two wires into the same terminals that this wire here comes into. Then you have this cable here. It's called the sensor cable, and it comes up here, and you'll run it across your ceiling all the way across to over here and then down. And you'll put one on the door and then one on the wall right here. Now in this picture, it looks like to me it's too far apart. You have to put it much closer. I don't know what the distance is between them, but you can experiment and see, monitor your sensor on your cell phone or your iPad or what have you, and you can see if it senses. So I think that's it in a nutshell. You got your wall sensors here, your controller, two wires, and then you download the app, the Nexx app. And if you want to use it with Alexa, you've got to go into Alexa and enable that skill. If you have any issues, contact support. They're fantastic, really top end. So now I had an issue with mine. Unfortunately, I have a brand new garage door opener, and the technology's changed a bit, and so I had to do a workaround. If you're interested in seeing that, stick around, watch the next segment, and I'll show you what I did to get the workaround. And it's a little bit more technical, but not too bad. Pretty easy to do, and it works great. All right, I purchased a brand new garage door opener, and unfortunately this setup here didn't work, where it actually creates continuity across these two terminals. The older units used to do that, but I don't think the new ones do that anymore. So there is a workaround to achieve this, and what in essence you will be doing is getting a remote control that works currently on this, and you will go in and add a couple of wires to that remote control, and then you will take these two wires here and add those to the remote control. Now it sounds a little squirrely, but it really isn't. It makes sense that nowadays when you push this button here, it doesn't short out or create continuity across these terminals anymore like it used to. It does it internal, somewhere inside the box now, electronically it does it. So if you took a wire and went across there, it doesn't open the garage door anymore. It does it electronically. But there, like I said, there's a workaround where we'll take a functioning remote that you would use to, send a signal to this guy and open it up. But there's a way to take that remote. It's very simple. You open it up, and there's a couple of leads you will have to solder onto the back of the remote control. Now I know it sounds scary, but it really isn't. I'll show you a video of it. It's very straightforward, really, and it works great. And the good part about it is that it alleviates running this. You don't have to run this across the ceiling anymore. You can put it anywhere. You could put it down here, also, you don't have to have this up on top of the garage door opener. In fact, you don't need this or any wires or anything anywhere near the garage door. So I'll show you how I did it, and we'll go from there. But I think this will only be on, the newer models, the very latest with Wi-Fi, let's say, or MyQ or what have you. So if you don't have that, if you've got an older one, this standard setup will work. If not, you may want to give what I'm about to show you a shot. All right, here's my garage door opener, and if you notice, there's no wires going across down to the door for the sensor cables, nor is the controller up there. It's over in the corner over there, and I'll show it to you in just a second. But here's the model I have. It's a newer model. Like I said, the newer ones may not work on the Nexx, but maybe they will, I don't know. But mine didn't, this particular model here. And I'll show you the workaround. It's pretty straightforward. This is a Sears Craftsman. and the model number is 54930, and it's got the latest, router stuff in it and all that, but it's still nowhere near as good as the Nexx garage that we're installing. It can't do Alexa, it can't do that proximity. All it can do is on the cell phone, and that's about it. So nowhere near as good. Craftsman or Chamberlain, those folks need to step up their game. But in any case, I'll show you what I did for the workaround. All right, here's the workaround. It's really simple to do. Don't let this intimidate you at all. This is just above caveman stuff, so don't worry about it too much, okay? So we got the control unit there, and just plug it in a receptacle here. And then this cable here comes over, and see these two here? Those were the two that were to go to the back of the garage door opener. But we can't use those anymore because of technology changes. But what it does do, it goes across there into a garage door opener. And that transmits the signal to the garage door opener. And now it works great. There's no difference than this being plugged directly into the back of your garage door opener and the electronics than this going over here and into those electronics. And you open your garage door using these all the time. So don't let this worry you at all. It works fine. So if your garage door opener doesn't work with the standard installation, we'll use this. And I'll show you how to do this. I'll show you in a second how I connected this wire to the back. And pretty straightforward. And what this alleviates, like I said, you don't have to have this unit here on top of your garage door opener. You don't have to have that cable, the sensor cable running to the garage door across the ceiling. Now, it does come off of here, the cable, where is it? This one here, I believe. Goes across and over here. Now there's two of them because I have another lead that goes up to my video camera. But it comes across and down and into the door down there, and I'll show you that in just 1 second. So there it is, pretty straightforward. There's a controller, you plug it in there, you take the two leads and you attach it to a remote control. Now this battery should last 3 to 5 years, shouldn't be any problem, should work. I'll show you in another segment how I connected that wire to it, and I'll show you. It's pretty simple, and I think you'll like it. All right, before I show you how I put those wires on that controller, I'm going to show you how I installed the sensor cables. So it comes off of the controller there across the wall all the way down here in the corner back there. So it's not running across the ceiling, it's running in the corner of all my junk back there. And it comes down here, and there's the wire right there, or cable, and it comes, oh, there they are. There's the sensors right there. And you can see they're separated. So the one on the left is on the door, and the one on the right is screwed into the wood. So when the door goes up, it breaks that sensor, and it knows it's open. It was pretty easy to install this way, actually. So a quick little tip. I don't know if this is legal or not. Probably isn't. But I raised this up to 20 inches, this beam, and that will hit the back of my bumper. If it's down low, it shoots across under your car, and this door is shut. So if you're inside and you say, Alexa, close my garage door, it could come down on your car. But I don't have any kids. I think it's got to be low so it catches little kids if they're crawling or what have you. But maybe that's breaking code. Don't tell anybody. All right, I'm going to go in and show you how to wire this up. All right, here's the garage remote control and the wire coming off of it. I actually used the wire that came with the garage door opener for, I believe this is for the wall switch, but it's non-braided, so it's really good for soldering. When I open this up to show you in a minute, it makes it a lot easier to solder to the back of one of these switches. So if I were to short these two out right now, let's see if I can do it. It's hard to do one-handed. There we go. See how the light flashes and the garage door is opening. So I'll show you how it connects. All right, let's open her up. And there she is inside. Of course, got the battery here and then 3 switches. 1, 2, and 3. This one's missing here, and that is usually there when you have a 1 switch remote. I got 3 of them, so because they don't put it in there. It's max you can get anyway, 3. And if you had the single remote, be right there. So we're going to do the same thing that you would do to this one if it were there. I would recommend taking the battery out first, get it out of there, and then we'll take the board out. It comes out by, there's a couple of little tabs right there and right there, and the board just comes out. And I'll put the phone down here, or the camera down here, and I'll show you what it looks like on the back. All right, I got the board out, and I'll flip it over in just a second. But we have the 3 switches. They're 1, 2, and 3, and of course the battery. I use this switch to connect this cable to, or wire to, and each switch has 4 posts that go through. See the little black little dots there? Those go directly through the board, and I'll flip it over in a minute and you'll see them. I'm going to demonstrate with this one because this has got wires on it and it's a little confusing, but we'll use this one. This one's missing here, and maybe that's a good, yeah, see the 4 little corners there? That's what the pins of this go through. So we'll flip this over, see if I can do this, and hopefully it's clear. You see the 4, let's see if I can do this and keep everything in the camera. Right there is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Over here it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I soldered to these 2 because I had an ohm meter, and I put 1 lead on here and 1 on here, and I pushed the button and it shorted out across there. So I knew that would activate the switch. Believe you can do it across here too, this way and this way. I didn't check that. I did check it on this one and it worked, and then where's the other one? Here and here. And it you push the button on the other side and it will short out across there. So using this as an example, you could take a straight wire and just touch, if you don't have an ohm meter, touch it to that post, and then touch it to that post, and if the garage door opener opens, voila, that's your 2 you want to solder to. If you go from here and there and you touch it with a straight wire and nothing happens, obviously you won't do it. But I think if you do this one and this one, touch it, it'll open. But like I said, this one was on the end of the board, so I soldered to there. Now soldering, excuse me, is a lot easier if you use a non-braided wire. Just make it, let's see if I can show you. There it is. I just used a solder iron and a little bit of solder. You can pick up a solder iron probably at Home Depot or Lowe's or something, and just do a little, get some solder lead, and just tap it on there. And you can test it, like I said. You can test it by, see, I got this wire on there. You can just short it out, and there goes the garage door. I can hear it opening. So that's it, really, and it's not too difficult. Don't let it intimidate you. You're not going to blow up anything. And before you solder to this board, I would remove the battery. I don't know why. It just seems like it's logical to remove the battery. Other than that, there you go. And you know, use the case, drill the hole in it, put the wire through, and I'll show you how to hook it up in the next video. All right, here's the board with the wire coming out of the back. So I just lined it up, and then I drilled a hole in the back of the case, and it came out like that. So I'll put the cover back on. We'll go out there, hook it up, and we'll try using Alexa to see if it opens the garage door. Hopefully it works after this. Got the remote all done. There's the wire coming off. I have a little rubber O-ring on the wall that I'm going to hang this on. There's a little clip on the back, and it'll go right through there. I could lay it down here on top, but I just don't want it to get, you know, hit or buttons pushed. And then you got the 2 leads coming off the controller. Like I said, these 2 typically would have gone to the back of your garage door opener. But they're going to go to your garage door remote now. So we're going to hook these up. Doesn't matter which way it goes, this way or that way. And then what happens is this thing's going to signal down here and actually tell this remote here to send the signal all the way over there to the garage door. All right, she's all wired up and ready to go. We're gonna go back inside now and check it out, see if it all works. All right, we got it all hooked up. Let's see if this thing works. Alexa, turn on the light. Get some light over here.
Okay.
Alexa, ask Nexx Garage to check status.
The garage door is currently closed.
Alexa, ask Nexx Garage to open the door.
Please enter your PIN code.
3729.
Garage door should now be opening.
Let's go see if it's opening. Voila, it's coming up. Alexa, ask Nexx Garage to check door status.
The garage door is currently open.
Alexa, ask Nexx Garage to close the door.
Please enter your PIN code.
3729.
Garage door should now be closing.
And it is. Okay, so we're done. So that workaround is unlikely in most cases. I just thought I would put it out there so folks would know that there is a workaround, at least for the Craftsman door opener. I would suspect it would work on all the other brands too. But like I said, 90% of the time, you're just going to follow the instructions in the guide there, in the install instructions, and you won't have any problem. All right, have fun with it.